Okay, now let's analyze gold. The gold, let's see on the weekly what is there. On the weekly, we are beginning to form lower lows, lower low, lower high, lower low. And this is a lower high. I think I need to just set it. Okay. Lower low, lower high. Because this low is lower than this one. This high is also lower than this one. A few things I had marked out. Let me just delete this. On the daily, we can see we are still bearish here. And we were buying, but now we started making lower lows as well. We've already had our correction, and this is our indication. So currently on the, we had indication on daily. So currently on, no, sorry, we had our indication, correction. We had correction on daily, currently on continuation. And how do I know this? This was our indication, this one. This was our correction. We can see it's forming higher lows, you see, and higher highs. On the, I think you can see it clearly on the 1 hour. And now we've started forming lower lows, see, with lower highs. Excuse me. So on the 4 hour, it's also very clear. We formed our lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Now we are forming our lower low. See, lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low. So this is our indication that most probably we are resuming our trend. Let's see the 1 hour. Let's look at this again. This is most probably where the sellers are. So let's look on the 1 hour. We are not going far. As we can see, we are already in a downtrend here. But here, this is where we want to look at the market. This is our lower low, no, lower, this lower high, lower low. We even made a high, this is our higher low, no, this is our lower low because it's lower than this one. But instead of making another lower low, it made a lower high, which indicates that the trend might be in a correction phase on the daily, right? So this is our lower high, which made a higher high, which again made a higher low, which is higher than this one, again made higher high. But now currently we are making lower low because this low is lower than this one. So if we are making lower low, how do we know that we are currently resuming the trend? We need to make a lower high. A lower high has to be made, and then we resume the trend. Okay, now we can clearly see what our, let's see our levels. Yeah, these are our current levels. So this is where our sellers are. This is where our buyers are currently. And just write this. This is where our sellers are at the moment. And here we have buyers. Buyers are holding this. So so above this level, we will be buying to make a lower high. We don't expect the sellers to be overpowered by the buyers. So we are looking to make a lower high and then resume the trend. Okay. You can also see this part. Here there are also other sellers here. We can mark this, although it's, let me just say, this is a sort of consolidation, but this is also another high. We could look to come up until here, but we can't be sure. We can't be sure, so I don't want to. Let me just analyze what I can see, not what I anticipate to get. I see lower high. Like either way, how you label it doesn't really matter as long as it's visible. You just mark what is visible to you. Okay. So here we could see this as an indication. We'll see this as our indication. This one could go further so that we are sure that we are selling, but as long as price is above this support level, we could buy. So we wait. we need to just wait and see whether price will come down and then go up, form the lower high and come down, or whichever the case. We'll just look at because we are analyzing it on the 1 hour, we can look at it from the 5 minutes. We're going to look at it from the 5 minutes as well, because this one is a lower high, lower low. You see, the more you go in the lower time frames, the more structures there are. But if you stick to the higher time frames, structures are less. Because like here you see lower high, lower low. This is a higher high, higher low. On the 4 hour, we don't see this part. This one, yeah. And this is a higher high again. But we've made a lower low because it's lower than this one. So we could actually go down, then form a lower high. This could be our indication even on the 4 hour, but I think the one hour is more visible. The market structure is more visible. So this could go even lower. So, but it's almost similar, yeah. Let's go to the 15 minutes. On the 15 minutes, you see now the structure is, there are more structures here on the 15 minutes. So if we say this is our indication on the 1 hour and 4 hour, this is our indication. We need to see a correction, and then after the correction, we are going to enter on our continuation. So in the 15 minutes, we've started making higher highs. This is higher. This is higher lows. This is a higher low. This is lower high, yeah. So we wanted to see it go down below this, but it formed a lower low. What's it, a lower low? Lower high. It formed a lower high here. And higher. Lower high. No. These terms are so confusing. It made a higher low. It made a higher low and a higher high. So there's potential bullishness. We might be on the correction phase of this. We might be on the correction phase of our indication, 1 hour indication. So we will just wait for the price. If it makes another higher high, I think we can just take some scalps. But it's better if we wait till the 15 minutes or the 5 minutes makes a lower low and lower high to show that we've resumed the trend. Because if you catch this, you don't know where your TP is. You have to keep trailing your stop loss very, very closely, because you never know when the price is going to reverse on you. So on the 5 minutes, we can see on the 5 minutes as well, we are making higher low, higher high. Like, you get to see the market being fractal. Like, what happens on the 15 minutes still happens on the 5 minutes and the rest of the time frames. So if we are making these higher highs, we will start buying from here. If this is our current structure, this is where we are currently at. If you want to enter on this buys, you enter when price comes above this, massively above this. You can enter a buy, but it will be short-lived, so it's better to wait until price maybe resumes the trend or finishes up with the correction, because the correction is a very tricky part. So we could just wait for this. You can just write here, wait for, I think we had written something. Is it on the daily? Yeah. You can just write wait for. You can just say wait for price to finish the correction phase and align with the 4-hour with the higher time frames on sales. So we can leave it at that. If we form a low lower than this, we can anticipate for a lower high and then we enter. That will be a very nice trade. If it actually happens, our target will be down here, which is pretty massive. It's quite massive. So we wait. Let's look at NAS. I think I had gone through this. NAS is just, it has been bullish for the longest. Where is our current structure on the daily? This is our current structure. We are in all times high. So this is our higher low. And we are currently forming our higher highs. This is our lower, this is higher low as well, higher high. Like it's been forming, it's been so bullish, so we can just mark that out and just concentrate on this. So this is our indication. We are currently on the indication on the daily. Let's go to the 4-hour. On the 4-hour, what's our current market structure? Our current one is, you can just use this. High, higher low, higher high, higher low again, higher high, higher low, higher high. Although this looks like a consolidation, but I think I'm just going to mark it out as well. We'll see what the market, the market will tell us if we are right or wrong. It is higher high. This is also a higher low. So on the On the 4-hour, we are looking at it like this. This was our previous structure. If we are to enter, we should enter if this one, actually this is a very good indication of buys, because even on the, if the 4-hour, this is our indication because it's higher than this. It's our indication. Now we are correcting. Now we expect a continuation. So let's see on the 1 hour. The one hour is, let's just stick to the 4-hour. It's more clear. It's more clear on the indication. There's no, because on the 1 hour you see there's a lot of consolidation, like the market is not really moving around here. It's just settling in one place. So let me just stick to the 4-hour. 4-hour, and then if I'm using the 4-hour, I would like to use the 15 minutes for structures. So 4-hour, we are currently on the indication, and this one is consolidating a bit as well, but we are still forming higher highs. So I would like, because at first I had seen this as an indication for the 4-hour. For the 15 minutes, a mini indication, this one. So if we are going up, I don't expect price to come below this level. But I can enter the trade once price reaches here. Once price hits here, and put an alert, create here. Once price breaks here, it shows that it has the momentum to keep going. So I think I'll just wait for price to get there, and we can take our buys, because right now price is not giving much. It's not really moving. So as long as we are below here, price could potentially be bearish. Price could potentially sell to this area. So we are not quite sure. But once we break here with, I think, with some kind of momentum, I think once the candle closes, I think I can be confident in the entry. Let's go to Bitcoin. On the Bitcoin, on the weekly, we are currently, we first note our current structures, which is, this is our higher, this is our swing point, so it's higher high, higher high. This was the previous higher low, but we came through and formed a lower low. This is our lower high. And this is our lower low as well. So on the weekly, we can see that we've already formed our indication. This is our indication. We need price to, we are currently on a correction phase. And then once the market structure shifts on the 4-hour, we can look for sales. So this is our indication, this is our correction. So the weekly indication, you need to write these out so that you can know which time frame you are looking for the market structure shift for your entries, so that now you can start looking for entries. If I find a weekly on an indication on the weekly, I'll most probably use the 4-hour time frame to show me that the correction is over. 4-hour correction shift. Like this is so clear. Let's look on the daily. You see, we are currently in the correction phase, and so on the daily, we are currently so higher highs. Hello. Oh, I didn't know you can do that. Okay. Control. Okay, there is an alert. Okay, I think. Wow. Wow. This is crazy. Oh, this is quite interesting. Okay, let me pause on this and then I'll come back later. So we are forming higher highs, but remember on the weekly we are currently on the correction phase. So on the daily we are currently still on the correction phase, forming higher highs and higher lows. So you would anticipate another higher low, higher high, and so on and so forth until it creates a lower low. Okay, as long as price is above here, we are still on the correction phase. And I think so we can still use the daily. We had said that the correction should happen on the 4-hour, but no. But we can use the daily to see when the correction will end, because you see the daily is giving us quite a very transparent overview of the market. With the higher highs, they are so clear, and I can say once we breach this, that means this is the support that will let us know if we are done with the correction. If price breaks this, you can just write here inside this. We are done with correction and ready for our continuation. Huh? What is happening? Oh. If price breaks this, we are going to form a higher low, and we will know for sure that our correction is done, because you can see it was forming higher highs, higher high. It gave us a little pullback, because you see here it gave us this, it gave us a higher high, but it failed to meet this. And then made a higher a lower low, came back here, came back and continued. So these are the areas where you need to more confirmation on whether the trend has ended. Let's see what happened there on the weekly. Yeah. Anyway, let's look at what we have right now, because that is what we are working with at the moment. This is also our current. This is where the sellers are. Is it the sellers? Yes. The sellers are here. The sellers are here. Once we close above this, between these two, price can do anything. Okay, but once price gets above here, we know we are continuing with the correction. If price breaks down here, we know now we are continuing with the trend. So for now, we can just use the lower time frames, get in, get out. This is where sellers are. We could look for an entry here in case price comes here, a mini entry, whatever you want. If you want to wait for price to go above here or wait for price to be below here, it's up to you. So on the fall, I'm quite bullish. So this indication, correction. If we happen to make a shift, we could aim for this again. But it's not moving, it's not moving. This is consolidation. This is a place where you shouldn't trade, because price is ranging. You see, it's not making higher highs or higher lows, it's just there. So we can wait to see which direction the market is going to go. I think we can wait up until tomorrow to see whether there will be better entries. And on the 1 hour, see, high low, high, low, high. This one has currently made a low here. Let's wait and see. It's not as clear as day. And just wait and see what happens tomorrow.